Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Burrows and I'll be your instructor for English 1020 this semester. As you can see, we have a monsters theme and I will talk more about what that means in a minute. But for this video, I'm just going to kind of go over the highlights of the syllabus. I'm not going to cover it word for word. I do expect you to read it word for word. It contains a lot of really important information and there's going to be a quiz. So you do need to make sure that you read it and pay attention for that. My office is in the Liberal Arts Building, room 144C. Even though this is an online class, you should feel fine coming to my office if you are able to. Last semester I had some students in Germany and Washington State, so that wouldn't work out. But if you are local, then you can come and see me. My office hours are Mondays and Wednesdays, 9:30 to 12:30, and then I'll be specifically online 9 to 10 a.m. So that you can contact me really quickly on Tuesdays if you have a quick question. If you need to email me, my email address is listed for you here, but also on Blackboard in the instructor information section so that you understand how to get in contact with me. So like I said, we have a monsters theme. Does that mean you're going to be watching vampire movies and writing about zombies? Not necessarily, but you can. I have students do research on vampires and zombies all the time. I have students researching what fear means, but you can also do, anything that you find monstrous. I have students write about the opioid crisis, about how big government is out of control, the tax system, foster care systems. I had a really interesting paper from one of my Chinese students here for the semester about China's one-child rule. So there's lots of options. You have to really think about what you find monstrous in the world and what really interests you, because the more interested you are in the topic itself, the easier this semester will be for you. So as long as it has something to do with the idea of a monster or something that you find really monstrous, then you'll be fine. Required textbooks and course materials. This is really important because it's an online class. Blackboard is going to be essential to you. And there are two ways you can access Blackboard. One's through my AUM portal at my.aum.edu, or you can go directly to bb9.aum.edu. So if my AUM's not working, that's not a reason to not do your work. You do need to go directly to Blackboard and do your work that way. You'll also need to make sure you check your AUM email account on a regular basis. Not only is this the most effective way to reach me, and you need to use your AUM account to do that, but it's how I'm going to email the class, because when I email you through Blackboard, it goes directly to your AUM account. So you do need to check that. You also need a reliable and stable internet connection. That is absolutely essential for an online class. I have had students who didn't have reliable internet connection try to take this class online, and it is so difficult. So if you are worried about that, you might want to consider changing to a face-to-face class or solve that problem really quickly. Other technology, Microsoft Word, available to you through IT, Google Docs, Adobe Reader for PDFs, and like I said, access to a computer of some kind. It's really hard to do some of this stuff on a iPad or a tablet, so I really suggest that you have an actual computer handy. So if you have questions about any of those things, please give me an email quickly so that we can answer any of those questions you might have before the ad drop period ends. There are a couple course policies I want to touch on. The first one's classroom atmosphere. I really want to touch on this thing in bold. It says, I don't believe there are stupid questions. That is absolutely true. I don't believe there are stupid questions. If you have a question, you ask me. If you are just really frustrated and you just can't find where something is in Blackboard, email me, because I would rather have you ask what you think is a stupid question and get an answer than to just keep a question in your head and never ask. So it's just important for you to reach out either in my actual office, via email. If we set up Facebook Messenger or something, reach out to me and ask questions. I really don't believe in stupid questions. And then if you have an issue at any time in the class, just let me know. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you work through it. And that's really the first stop. The first stop's always your professor. If you have an accommodation from CDS, please email that to me as soon as possible so I can get you what you need. Also, in the background, you might hear my dogs at some point. One of them just made a sound, so if they bark in a second, we'll just work through it. It's one of the things that happens when you record from home. But back to accommodations. As soon as I get the memo, I can start giving you what you need to be successful. So make sure that you get that to me, and I've given you the Center for Disability Services email and phone number in case you need to contact them. Academic honesty is something I really need to touch on because I do not want you to cheat in this class. There are some times that you can work ahead, but sometimes you're going to have to stick back with the rest of us to do discussions and peer review and things like that. But I don't want you to get to a point where you feel so desperate that you need to cheat. Right? It would be better to just to get a bad grade on an assignment than to get an F for the entire semester because you cheated. So just don't do that, okay? There's lots of ways that I can help you that don't involve cheating, okay? Grading, the grading scale is pretty simple. A C is not a bad grade, okay? In the C range tells me you did exactly, hold on a second. Fury, be quiet, please. A C says you did exactly what I asked you to do for your paper. If you want more than a C, then you're going to have to go above and beyond the basic and just the requirement, okay? The other thing is late work. For discussions and minor assignments, I don't take late work because you have time to get all that stuff done. For major assignments, assignments 1 through 5, if you are 1 minute late, 30 seconds late, you get 10-point deduction up to 24 hours. After that, it's another 10 points. After 48 hours, you get a 0. Right? Online classes require self-discipline and time management. So get a calendar, a planner, use your smartphone, whatever you need to do to stay on track. Okay? And then I have the major assignments breakdown and a general plan for what we're doing this semester. All right, so look over that before you take the syllabus quiz.